Hey everybody, welcome to a new series of modded Minecraft, Direwolf20 1.10.2 edition. We are on a server that I just started up a few days ago. There's only a couple of us right now, and I'm running, my power setup right now is Deep Residence. In case any of you guys have never used this before, it's actually a great mod. A fun mod? What is happening here? Speaking of this, what is going on? Is this getting power? That's got power. Liquid monitor should be working. What's happening? I don't understand. Don't you have lava? Okay, I'm gonna have to come back to this because this is really weird. 97% quality. So I thought I had this set up properly, where this actually Edition's Lava Factory produces, Lava Factory controller produces lava. Fluid collector collects it, puts it in the tank above. Should only take, it's on output. Okay, I'll have to come back to that later. Anyway, so this produces the lava. Fluid collector is supposed to collect it and put it into the tank when the liquid monitor is less than 50%. It's less than 50%. Yeah. Fluid collector. Tank. Less than 50. Anyway, okay. So we'll come back to that later. These are really cool. Energy laser relays. Just hook them up to one another within, I think it's a 15 block radius, and they wirelessly transmit energy. Still love using energy conduits though for your everyday machines, but to get from one capacitor bank to another, they're awesome. Alright, so the smelter smelts it between, supposed to be 40 to 60% lava in here. Puts it up here. Next, you've got your tank up here, which is connected to the purifier. Purifier purifies it. Doesn't have to go through it, doesn't have to do anything, just has to be connected to the purifier. And you throw these filter materials in there. You can make those really easily. Let's see. It just takes coal, gravel, and sand. Easy day, right? It kicks out the spent filters into here. I just have an item conduit, dumping more filters in here when need be. Once it hits 84%, I have it set to 84%, it dumps it down here so that I can power it with either glowstone or, which I don't have much catalyst over here, or I forgot what this is even called, but you put the empty crystals in there, or random crystals that you find in the wild in here, and it gives you the ability to power this with a different catalyst, like, it's not a catalyst. No. This is a crap one anyway. I can go in there. Anyway, see? Boom, 2,200. Which is actually plenty to power, or to make these better. So I have the strength and efficiency at 30 and 20%. Purity's at 92. If you guys are familiar with this mod, you're more familiar with it than I am, because this is the very first time I ever actually set this up. I've watched videos on it. I understand what's going on with it. I just haven't played with it much myself other than this. So once I get it to where I want it to go, as far as strength, efficiency, and purity goes, depending on what items I throw in here, for example, I think emeralds give you 8% purity per 500 millibuckets. So it's got 400 millibuckets in here, or 4,000. It's just going to be a small portion. It's not going to bump it up from 92 to 100%. It'll jump up from 92 to maybe 93.5. It's just an example. Once I get it to where I want it, I put it here into this tank, just by changing the fluid conduit, and this crystallizes it, utilizing RF. I think it takes 6 or 8,000 millibuckets, so 6 to 8 buckets. I don't quite remember, and I don't think the book actually says that. So anyway, it makes you one of those crystals in there. Once you make the crystal, let me show you. You've got your energy collector on top, your generator, right? And then Your generator can be as big as you want, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I don't even know the limit on it, but you can make it pretty big from my understanding. And just with one energy collector on top, connected to a crystal. That's all you really need, but you can add more. Like this crystal right here, it's at 78% power left, right? That's the amount of energy it has left to give. The strength is, you know what? I might have to pull the book up, but I'm pretty sure the efficiency is the amount of RF per tick you get. Strength is the amount of RF. No. I don't remember. I'll have to explain that later. I'm a noob. Anyway, purity is at 99.75%, which is great because that means it's less radiation, right? So like no radiation detected up in the top left. If I was to kick this thing on, which I don't really feel like doing right now. Yeah, if I was to kick it on, it would start creating some radiation. Not much because it's got such a high purity, but enough to where you still want this encased in either dense obsidian or dense glass. Okay. Yeah, that's about it for that. If you have questions about it, leave a comment in the comment box below. This is my little simplified inscriber setup. I mean, all it really does is automate the input of printed silicon into the bottom, because you can't hopper into the bottom of this thing. So that's why I have that set up. Little lever in the back, tell it when to do it, and easy day, right? So, little crystal growth accelerators set up with a redstone signal attached to that toggle bus back there. The bioreactor from Actually Additions. This basically works like any bioreactor you've ever used before. It doesn't really work all that well in my opinion, but whatever. It's a good mod. Love Actually Additions. It's fun to play with so far. We also have the Deep Dark portal. Deep Dark is different than it was before in previous iterations of Extra Utilities. Extra Utilities 2, the Ashtavarada? Anyway, it's a Doctor Who reference. No longer like hurts you in the darkness down there. It just, you know, just watch out for the crazy amounts of mob spawns. Sleep real fast. Sleep through the night. What else is there to say? Since this is just a brief description of what we're doing, I'm gonna kind of skim through the rest. Alright, so right here, canola farm, right? Can't open it up right now, but this thing's probably full. It only runs if this thing is out of canola, which we have a ton. I've got 4 canola presses going into 4 fermenting barrels with 2 buckets, or 2 tanks of oil, because it turns the canola into canola oil, immediately deposits into a connecting fermenting barrel, which is easy enough, right? Fermenting barrel turns it into oil over a small period of time, gets deposited immediately into an adjacent tank that you have to have set up to input, to pull, and then you just push it into the oil generator, and these each generate 100 RF per tick for oil, for normal oil. If you had the regular canola oil, it would be 40 RF per tick. Now there are ways of upgrading it, but I highly recommend watching Direwolf20's mod spotlight on it. He goes into some extremely awesome depth and how to use it. So, highly recommend watching it. And we're going to just anyway, so yeah, got the farmer from Actual Additions. It works really well and very simply. Like, we also have a couple of farming stations back there from Ender.io that I'll show you, but I'm a fan of the farmer. It's simple, it's easy. It looks like Ducky set up a nutrient distillation from the vat, so I might be able to get another. I could probably make a dark bow. I know he was trying to make one. Probably already did. Anyway, sag mill, wireless energy, ally splinter. This is something I learned. I don't even know what this is really. If it wants to pop up on the screen, no, maybe, yes, maybe. There it is. Unremarkable capacitor. I found this in a chest, and it says machine upgrade, right? If you have to describe this, nice planting enhanced capacitor would be a bad name. Anyway, increases energy storage and speed / range of machines. So instead of using your, advanced capacitors or double layer capacitors, let's just use this. I don't know. It works pretty well. I can't quite tell if it works better than the double layer, but I'm pretty sure it's the same, considering they both run the machine at 60 RF per tick. So we haven't gotten very advanced yet. Got the slice and splice. Got the soul binder. Got the soul binder because we accidentally made 2 Enderman farms, or Enderman spawners. Powered spawner Enderman, powered spawner Enderman. So we have 2, and we have yet to set them up, just because we were trying to get our power set up properly. Obviously, you can tell we have the ME terminal, like storage system set up from Applied Energistics 2. There is another mod in this pack, though, that I really should have checked out first that I didn't even realize was in here. That's refined storage. And if you've watched Direwolf20's videos, you'll know that he was using refined storage before Applied Energistics. So it's a simpler version of Applied Energistics, and I think it's easier to make too. Like, check this out. So you need a solder, right? Solder, just take some sticky pistons and some iron. Easy, right? You don't have to find anything fancy like quartz. Once you get that, in order to make, like, say for example, a disk drive, right? Machine casing, advanced processor. Advanced processor just needs redstone, printed silicon, just like before, and printed advanced processor. But all you have to do is have this one machine to do all of it, rather than, everything beforehand. Anyway, so it's in my opinion a much more simple version. You don't have to have anything crazy, like go through, make the flux crystals, turn the flux crystals into dust, so on and so forth. So that's a better beginner storage mod. Oh, awesome thing, ender chest. So we have those set up. I still have to chunk load this, but anytime we're out in the world, boom, ender chest and import bus. That's my favorite thing ever. Importing from anywhere in the world into your storage system. It's wonderful. Oh, cool thing I found. Illumination wands. As you can tell, little glowing orbs everywhere. Found teleportation wand. Fun stuff. Sheep farm, cow farm. I know Ducky did a brief description on that as well. I've got the Empowerer from Actual Editions with the display stands. All powered with energy laser relays, of course. And we've got the Atomic Reconstructor. I have yet to see this thing need more than a coal generator to power it, unless you have it automated in some way or form. Like, I do not need more than a coal generator for this thing. It's just enough by itself, just by hitting the button. Now, Smeltery, Tinker's Construct. If you've played any mod pack ever in the last, I don't know, since 1.6.4, from my knowledge, you've played with this mod. This right here is Blood Magic. You've probably played with Blood Magic as well if you're playing a Direwolf20 pack, but it's updated and new, and a lot of it is still the same, but a lot of it's new, like this right here, the Hellfire Forge. I have not played with this at all, so there's a lot of learning for me to do. I do know how to set up a good, like, witch farm with the ritual that damages them to put blood in the altar, but I don't think we're at that level yet. I think you need a level 4, 5? I don't know, 4 or 5 altar. I think we only have a level 3? Level 2 or 3? I don't remember. Okay. So, I don't know if there's anything else to really cover. We got a million sugar canes around the lake. Actually, oh, that's doing great. Okay. Like I said, farming stations from Enderia were set up. Ducky was nice enough to set these up, and they're doing a good job. Oh, he's setting the chest over. He didn't put a diamond down. Okay, anyway, 1 second, I gotta fix that. That's gonna bug me. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I am playing from Guam, like a middle, or island in the middle of the Pacific, so excuse my internet and whatnot, just because. There. And, boom. Cool. Sweet. Let's see. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box down below. I'm going to be trying to coordinate with Ducky about when we want to kill the Ender Dragon, when we want to kill a Wither. I guess he's never done either one of those two yet, so those are going to be fun things to do. We're probably also going to prepare ourselves to fight the Wither and the Ender Dragon. Definitely need to make some reinforced, there it is, some reinforced obsidian. As you can tell, it's witherproof. So I'm going to spawn the Wither in there. I went through the nether last night and collected a bunch of Wither skeleton heads. Or not a bunch, but enough to spawn one. And something else we're going to need. Angel rings. There's other items in this mod pack that also give you the ability of flight. For example, oh, it was from Actually Editions. What was it? There it is. Haha. Wings of the Bat. But that requires... These things are actually kind of rare. I killed a bunch of bats and I only found 2. Ender Star, which Prismarine Shard haven't found yet. Need to make... What is Breath of the Dragon's Breath? What is it? I don't even know what that is. I'll have to look that up. That's vanilla Minecraft. I don't know things vanilla Minecraft. Anyway, so we're going to be setting up ourselves to kill the Wither, kill the Ender Dragon, and a lot more of like advanced stuff. Definitely going to be having a better base idea after I get RF tools going, so we can create a void dimension. Because as you can tell right now, I don't think my frame rate's very good. Yeah, 20 frames per second. Not the greatest. 150. Let's see, how are the chunk updates? 3? 26, 28, 46. Yeah, see, that's not good. So once we get into a void age, things will be a lot better. What did I just do? Did something. I don't know what I did. That's what I did. Pressed F1 and saved a screenshot. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll continue to make some videos just as we go. I'm not going to try to do anything fancy, so I wouldn't expect like a highlight video at the very beginning or anything crazy. I do have a very demanding job, so expect videos to come whenever I get time. That's about it. So I guess I'll see you guys later. Peace.